suspect.
Alright. Twitch TV/any.
Damn, I got my fake Twitter account.
Oh man.
The Eddie Gordo main in the flesh.
Now you
And we're gonna
gotta
have
make
pictures
that
for
Twitter.
each topic. You have pictures in the corner for each topic.
You better believe it, dude. I worked for this shit.
Damn.
I worked for this shit. But I'm gonna just trash can this by next podcast. So
Just reuse it. Reuse the content. It's like how Arc Systems reuses their BlazBlue spreads for every game they make.
yeah, Genie came in and was like, "Well, fucking Smashers use this shit." So I don't know, man. It's like, man, I bet every podcast on the planet has used it. Are you kidding me? All right, let's fade this shit out. Alright, boys and girls, welcome back to the Nebraska Fighting Game Community Podcast. Today we're going on the Pardon the Interruption theme. I hope that doesn't offend any Nebraska Smashers out there, or, I don't get any copyright claims from Tony Reale, but, that's just what we're rocking with today. I'm joined with my two Lincolnite compatriots as usual. We have Damien.
What's up?
And the Eddie Gordo main in the flesh.
What's up?
Well, first of all, I want to reintroduce George to the people because he decided to finally swap.
Hold up. Let's not get too hasty. Let's not get too hasty. Where it's a trial period.
It needs to be effective immediately and permanently.
I just don't agree.
Damn, I really
I
thought
think
I got
try it out for a while, George. I think good things will
I think
happen.
you're leading me
if you
down a
stick with
dark
it.
path here. I think you're leading me down a dark path.
I mean, it's only a dark path until Tekken 8 comes out, so might as well do what you can with this game, right?
Yeah, just shit post for the rest of 7. I'm playing fucking Lily and Leo right now. For God's sake.
Lily's basically your main.
Lily has
Basically
been
the closest thing you've had to a main.
Yeah, I would agree.
So that's just legit. The Leo, you're going to drop her in 2 weeks.
Wait, time out. Claudio is always my main. But Lily is the character I have the most fun with, which is sad.
So what happened with Falk? Are you still playing him, or?
I am, but I do feel bad playing Fuck'em Rom online. Like, that dude legitimately is too good online, so I just don't want to.
That is true. He's like online, built for online.
He's
Built for online.
Like, that motherfucker gets away with murder. So, so we reintroduced George as the Eddie Gordo main. That's the big reveal this week. Dame's still kicking it with, we got a Law main in the building. I forgot about this.
I wouldn't get too hasty now here. I played Law for like a couple of weeks. I think he's fun. I don't know if I could leave Heihachi at this point. I've invested too many hours into Mishima's.
Yeah, I mean, in reality, kind of little known fact, I used to be a Kazuya main when I didn't give a shit about this game.
I mean, that's a good choice. You just hell sweep 4-4-3.
The reason I got into fighting games was because my local arcade had a Tekken 1 cab, and I accidentally figured out how to win Godfist, and I thought it was the tightest shit of all time. So, Kazuya for life until Tekken 4. So, today we got a few topics, and as you can see with this fancy fucking layout that I worked my ass off on, we list the topics now. So, we have
Incredible.
5 or 6, honestly. I kind of shit posted them out. I didn't want to talk about some of them that people were listing, but, we can riff at the end. I don't mind. So, the first topic that
Did you uncut gems in there?
Oh, no.
You put uncut gems on the list, right?
I refuse. Well, you can work it into your
Refuse,
bitch
huh?
calling, because it's very deserving of a bitch calling.
Let's not get too hasty here.
Alright, so let's see if this works. Oh my god, boys. Alright, EVO Online was announced since our last podcast, and even more information was released today. From the top down, coronavirus has deleted 2020 FGC events everywhere. So EVO has decided to split their efforts up into 4 weekends of online open entry fighting games, and the 4 games are them fighting herds, Killer Instinct, Skullgirls, and fuck, what's the other one? MK11. MK11. Are you guys going to enter any of these?
That's a hard pass for me, boss.
No, I will not be.
Well, if you were to, what would be the one game you would enter of these 4?
God, I don't think I've opened any of those games on any console besides like Skullgirls for like 5 minutes because it was on sale on Steam for like free. So that's probably that then.
I mean, the closest would be Mortal Kombat since I actually played that for like a week. So
Yeah, I was gonna say Mortal Kombat would be the one I would think about it, but no. That game, like, I refunded in 23 minutes. So that kind of shows how much I like that game. God, I would almost want to say I want to try them fighting herds, but dude, no. I don't want my mom and dad and sister and brothers and community members to see me playing that trash.
Once you start playing it, you can't go back.
just do it under a different tag. It's all online. Nobody's gonna see you.
I guess I gotta make a whole new presence to
Whole new identity.
Yeah, a whole new identity to play them fighting herds. I would not play Skullgirls. Skullgirls is too old for me, and like I don't like versus games. And
Yeah.
Killer Instinct, like no, that game like offends me on a personal level.
I think Killer Instinct looks cool. I just don't want to learn combo breakers and counter breakers. I mean, they say it's easy, but it doesn't seem easy.
Yeah, like there was this quote I saw online, like, okay, I hit you and I get a combo. Let's say that we're playing basketball and I dunk on you, and then we play rock, paper, scissors to decide whether or not the point counts.
That's exactly why it offends me. Like
combo breaker.
Yeah.
What?
The Killer Instinct and DOA have like kind of they have similar break systems where essentially you can lose neutral and still get the fuck out of the damage, which annoys the shit out of me. I'm a turtle, so if I get my damage, I get my fucking damage. End of story.
I want my damage and I want it now.
That S rank and punishment proficiency on Tekken 7 ranked. Is there any like the big thing that came out today was they set the times for when they're going to be going on, and the big thing was that there's 3 different regions. They're doing like Japan and South Korea together, I think, and they're doing the US, Canada, and Mexico together, and I think they're doing Europe in general, which seems sketchy.
How is that going to work? So there are going to be different champions for different regions this time around? Huh.
It's
going to be Evo with an asterisk.
Change.
But
I mean, how bad is the cross-continent connection in those games?
they're pretty good, but I mean, still, they're not going to be great. You're not going to want to play someone from South Korea if you're in Nebraska.
Yeah.
Sure.
Plus, there's no real way of controlling whether or not someone's on Wi-Fi.
Yeah. So,
I mean, but like, imagine if you're from a small scene in Japan, the Killer Instinct scene, and there's like 20 players. You just become an Evo champ.
it's true.
Just get that championship.
I mean, who the fuck from Europe is playing Killer Instinct, to be honest?
Good question. You should
Must be
ask
a good
Genie
time
that.
to move to Europe.
Genie, you in the chat?
I gotta hit Sajam up on that one. And for that matter, in South Korea and Japan, who's playing Killer Instinct?
I'm sure they have a small but dedicated scene.
Well, it's funny. I was gonna say that thing for Mortal Kombat as well, but I heard Mortal Kombat is kind of popular in Japan. MOV
Isn't it?
plays MK,
It's kind of banned as well, so you have to go through some hoops in order to even get a
Yeah.
copy of that.
which is weird. I think it's
Damn, underground gaming.
yeah, it's like black market. Like the fact that you can't get it makes it more desirable. I mean, if MOV plays it, it's probably reasonably popular in the underground scene.
But that's the cool kids, like, because you need codes to play it.
Yeah.
It'll be like, got password when you knock on the door.
Yeah. Is there anything else for Evo Online? I really kind of think that's it.
They're doing
So
like
is it-
exhibitions for the rest of the games, aren't they?
Oh, yeah,
or something like
I
that.
should
Some kind of
mention-
event.
Yeah.
Because we skipped a bunch of weeks. So we should cover that basically the entire main roster. Yeah, in fact, the entire main roster of Evo doesn't have open entry this year. And that they don't even have exhibitions for Smash, right? Smash got completely deleted.
Yeah, I think it completely got nixed because online just does not work in that game.
That just seems weird to me. Like, even if online's not great, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm kind of against it.
I would rather not. The only game I would like to see open entry that isn't is Street Fighter V, because that game has better online than people think. It's kind of a meme to shitpost on it, but I mean, it's still rollback. So if you're, it's going to be better than fucking Tekken 7. I guarantee that.
I'm glad the exhibitions are happening just so we can put all these companies on blast for having delayed netcode in their games. So
Yeah, seriously.
Why not?
I wanted it to have open entry just so everyone would have to endure, like, XX69 Lily Main 420 winning Evo. I mean, there's no coming
I just
back
feel
from
like that isn't as big of a deal or as big of a problem as kind of the scene makes it seem.
what? Delay base?
I just don't think, like, I think if they held, like, say for example, in some crazy world they held Evo online and all those games had open entry tournaments, all online tournaments, I really don't think it would be like some big blow up, As long as it was organized well, I don't think it would be a huge blow up, and I don't think everybody would be like laughing about Evo Online 2020 or whatever. Because I mean, look at this. From in the Smash scene, their game has terrible netcode or whatever, but they still host online tournaments. Like every week, they have multiple online tournaments that have 200, 300 plus people. They had one that had like 8,000 entrants, and obviously, all 8,000 didn't actually show up. But like, I feel like if there was an infrastructure and somebody was actually like hosting big ass online tournaments for Street Fighter V, Tekken 7 every week, open entry, I feel like it wouldn't get nearly like such a bad response. I feel like people would actually be pretty receptive to it, pretty open to it, as long as the top players supported it. Like, because it doesn't matter. Like, look at these. If you look at like the Smash online tournaments, the top players are entering the tournaments. They make 16th place or whatever. It doesn't even matter. People still view them. They like love to see the story. They love to see them move up the bracket, and then like they get like they're getting subs up the ass. And then Tekken players are still just playing ranked. Imagine if Anakin just joined a 64-man tournament once a week or something like that with random people, and people in the chat could join the tournament, have a chance to play Anakin. If he loses, it's whatever. It's online. You just raise up your hands and say it's online. Like, I think it would be accepted a lot more than maybe the community's giving it credit for.
But the counterpoint to that is that Evo is a force. It means something. The Evolution Champion, if that is decided in delay-based netcode, and you're seeing like literal 60-frame lag spikes live on stream, nobody wants that.
I mean, I think Evo shouldn't call this event like Evo 2020. I think they should call it something else. I don't even think it should be necessarily branded the same, because it doesn't even matter if the online was great. People would still put the asterisk next to it. People would still say, oh, it's connection, or hit the lag switch in grand finals. I dropped my combo due to a lag spike. Like, all those like asterisks and all those like complaints, it's not really going to matter. Like, the prestige of Evo is only going to be matched if it's offline. Like, I just feel like they could have ran a similar tournament. Maybe call it Evo Online Series or something like that. Don't kind of give it the prestige of the entire Evo, so that there's no like Evo 2020 with an asterisk next to it, and then just come back Evo 2021 and run that. I feel like the prestige,
Logistically,
not that big of a deal.
logistically, it's kind of difficult to even run tournaments online because these lobby systems in some of these games are complete ass. You look at like Tekken and Soul Calibur, it's really difficult to just even watch a game. You have to make this room, and then if you make a room with more than 2 people, then you have to go back to the lobby. There's no instant rematch. It's just a bunch of technical issues you run into when you do that.
Yes, you would see.
That is true. That is true. But I mean, like, I don't think that's like if we say the community held big online tournaments and just by the nature of displaying these tournaments, the gaps in the systems would be readily apparent, and then the devs would have no choice but to correct them. We can complain, and that sometimes it does actually work, but I think if we use what we got and say, hey, we're trying to host these big online tournaments, but kind of here's where our issues are, show it in progress, in motion, in practice, and then I think then the devs are going to start to see how much value, because I think there's a lot of money potentially in online tournaments, in addition to offline tournaments. But I think it kind of needs, the proof of concept kind of needs to be there for these devs to latch onto it.
Well, the actual online net code needs to match.
I think that is important, yes, but I do think that it is possible in its current state to push online tournaments and have them be successful.
I think it's possible, but
and get a lot of entrants and
yes,
a lot of viewership. Like right now, there's nothing going on in the FGC. I think like the big TLs.
Net code.
It doesn't look at the Smash community. It doesn't matter. People want to play.
I mean, I think people are hella complaining though.
Yeah.
About the online tournaments. I took a peek at I don't know, some commentators were like, you may see some stuttering or whatever in the feed, but this in no way affects the players, and that's a complete lie, and they know it. Yeah,
I think that I don't think that everything needs to be perfect to do it. Like,
no.
I think it's reasonable to do it right now, and I think the reaction will be pretty good. Everybody's sitting at home watching Twitch. Throw something on there. Like, I just don't see why. Like, I think you're like shooting yourself in the foot or like giving up before you've even given it a chance. Like, everybody's just sitting at home. It doesn't matter if the tournaments are perfect or not. It's all we got right now.
I guess, yeah, I could agree with that, but like,
don't let perfect be the enemy of good.
True, but you look at the Smash scene and what they deal with right now.
Like, I'm comfortable enough to play. Like, I mean, I'm comfortable enough to play you guys for fun. Like, I'm playing for fun. The netcode's good enough for me to play for fun, to have fun playing the game with you guys online. So why shouldn't it be good enough?
We live in the same state, in the same city, even.
Tournament?
I get a 3-bar with you. 1, 2, 3. I get a 1, 2, 3 bar with you, and you live.
It doesn't feel like a 3-bar. To me, it doesn't feel like a 3-bar. It just feels like online. Maybe you just need to. Mr. Green in the Discord, he said that he didn't think that the Tekken 7 Online was that bad. And I agree. I don't think it's that bad. Like, I think you can get out there and you can formulate a game plan and execute. There's certain things you can't whiff punish as easily. There's certain things you can't block punish as easily. But you can still play something resembling Tekken online. And it's not like it's freeze frame every 5 seconds. It's not like people are teleporting, wave dashing from one end of the screen to the other.
That's an entirely different topic. But I will say one thing. You cannot play certain playstyles online, period. Your defense you can't play the same defense. And in a defensive game like Tekken, you can't have the same timings, period. So it's not even remotely close to the same game, especially on 3-bar. But
it doesn't need to be exactly the same game. We're playing online Tekken. It's an online Tekken tournament. So play online Tekken.
So they should fix their fucking netcode so we can play every brand of Tekken instead of just.
What do you think is a better use? what do you think of is a better use of our time right now? Complaining about the netcode and still playing online anyways, or complaining about the netcode and just hosting some bullshit ass online tourneys? Like, we're already playing the game online anyways. Why not
Complain.
throw up a tournament? Why not throw up a bracket once a week?
Complaining is a
You know,
better
why
use.
not?
Because
Like,
as
you know,
can see with
all
Guilty
the
Gear
small
Strive,
tech communities.
Guilty Gear.
I mean, I really like. I mean, that's a whole nother thing. But I mean, Guilty Gear Strive is still in development. Tekken is basically done with development. Who knows how many resources they have to allocate in order to fix the netcode at this point? I don't think that the netcode is going to get better until Tekken 8, and I don't think that Namco wants to spend the money to improve the netcode until Tekken 8. We're gonna be stuck on Tekken 7 for a while now. So we can either sit here and play online, or we can sit here and play online with a bracket. Like, we're playing online already. Put a bracket on it. It's not the end of the world.
yeah,
Attract
sure.
stream viewers. There's a narrative to follow. There's stakes on the line. Everybody's playing ranked on stream right now. All these streamers are just playing ranked. There's nothing. There's no stakes. It doesn't matter if they lose. It doesn't matter if they win. Half these guys are already TGP. Like, it doesn't even matter. There's no stakes. If they were in some bullshit online bracket, then there's add stakes to the stream. It gives people a reason to keep watching. Because when, you know, whoever the streamer is, whether it be Anakin or Cuddlecore, Speed Kicks or whatever, they win, they go to the next one, they lose, they're in losers. It's like, if they lose, then there's tension. Oh, he can't lose another one. If they win, it's like, oh, he might make it to winners finals. And then, you know, there's a story. There's a reason to follow.
Time.
You know, if I go to an Anakin stream right now, there's a pretty good chance that he might be trying to teach the stream, which is something he's kind of gotten better at and started doing more recently. So that gives me a reason to watch. But if he's just playing ranked with some random character, you know, it doesn't really keep me there. I'll watch like a couple matches and then I'll dip.
I think your stance on this would drastically change when you would have to play a Lily and 2-bar connection and eat every down back 4.
Why? There's nothing on the line. Like, I could go play a laggy
You said
Lily
there's
in ranked.
stakes. There's stakes.
There's stakes, yes, but
There's
it's like
no
narrative stakes.
There's no reason.
It's not like I put money to enter the tournament. It's not like I know this Lily and he's gonna talk shit to my face. It's not like he's my rival from down the street. It's just some Lily with probably some dumbass username. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There's
you
stakes,
want those
but
people
it's not
to
like
be rewarded.
those aren't the people who are gonna get as rewarded as the streamers and the top players. Trust me. If there's one Lily player who ends up winning all these tournaments, one of two things is either gonna happen. Either A, they're gonna create some kind of system where you get banned if your connection is not good enough. Because if you look at those Smash tournaments, as jank as it is, they actually have like a speed. You give them like a speed test, or they do like a lag check or something like that. So if they're too laggy, then they're disqualified or whatever. So they would create kind of some kind of system to try to weed out the laggy people, or B, this Lily player would actually have some value and would actually be worth either watching or having joined the tournaments. Like, everything will sort itself out.
Well, Dame, what do you think?
Well, I do agree that something is better than nothing. I agree with that stance. In George's case, online is really all we got now because nobody's going out and meeting up and doing all that shit with COVID around. So I know in Grand Blue they're doing team tourneys or whatever in Japan, and those are kind of fun to watch. Just 10v10s of like, oh, these guys play Central Fiction and these guys play BB Tag, and let's throw them together and see who wins this like fun bout or whatever. I think Tekken could use some of that. These other games with less than stellar netcode, it's just something for fun to keep like the viewers interested and keep the interest in the FGC, because it's not a lot of that right now. There's a mass exodus to other games and other genres.
Very much agreed. If they were to do this, it would have to be like curated. You would have to know that it's not a fucking Lily Feet sniffer doing down back scores.
I
It just
think
makes the game
like,
look bad.
everything in our generation or in this generation is ironic. Like, it doesn't matter if Lily Feet sniffers are winning. That's just gonna become the joke. It's gonna be the Twitch meme. Everyone's gonna be making fun of Lily Feet sniffers. They're gonna make Lily Feet sniffer emotes. People are gonna sub for the Feet sniffer emotes. It will become its own thing. Like, everybody's just doing everything ironically nowadays.
Let's compare, or let's see how the Smash scene's dealing with it. They literally were on suicide watch about Sonic for They still are on suicide watch about Sonic. And that Sonic is
Okay.
literally right now. Do you want the entire Tekken scene to quit because they can't see down back 4?
First of all, I don't even think, even if online Tekken was a big thing, Lily probably wouldn't be the most toxic character.
She's
I think Law
but
would be pretty toxic. 3-bar Laws online. Oh boy.
I mean, yeah, Law's like the meme, or Paul, Death Fist, or whatever, I don't know. But, like, it's not going to be perfect. There's going to be problems, there's going to be complaints, but right now we got nothing. And not only do we have nothing right now, but even when tournament season comes back, one of the big problems with fighting games right now is you either stream, like, tournaments, which is big, gets a lot of viewers, but that doesn't help the personal brand of the players that much. It doesn't help their personal streams that much. These players need like engaging content to stream. And so like, what do you stream? Tutorials, yeah. I mean, that's kind of already been done to death. You stream ranked, like that's pretty boring when you're TGP and it doesn't even matter. You stream, I don't know, exhibitions, but then you have to get another good player. You know, you got to match up your schedules in order to have this exhibition. Money matches, those are kind of hype, but usually there has to be some kind of story. You can't just throw a money match and get people to watch it. There's got to be something behind it. Like, these FGC players need, like, something to, like, diversify their content. And online tournaments could be one big way to do that, because it adds a narrative to these games that you're playing. Right now, they're just playing meaningless ranked games. It adds a narrative to the ranked games. You make a YouTube video, the title is, I won a 500-man online tournament. Got a big thumbnail, you're cheesing or whatever, and, exclamation points on the thumbnail. And then the whole video, you cut up the 8-hour stream, you cut it up into your matches, the highlights of your matches. You create a narrative. You know, in between matches, you show your pop-up when you lose, and you're losers. You show how defeated you are. You have this dramatic build-up where you change the music on the stream to Rocky theme, and then you show a montage of you winning, making it up losers bracket, and then boom, you're in grand finals, and then, you know, you win or you lose, but it makes a good video. Like this, the FGC needs more ways to make more diversified content, because right now it's ranked matches.
Well, that isn't
What else you
true
got?
for games that don't have shitty netcode, though.
I think it's definitely true. Like what? Like, okay, what's a game with not shitty netcode?
I mean, you see the 4 main games at EVO Online. They're getting prestige and open online tournaments.
Yeah, they're getting a lot of viewers too. I think
Getting a lot of
the
viewers.
Fighting Herds viewership, you know, that's like a top streamed game now.
Yeah.
In the Nebraska FGC, could you believe that?
Okay, so these games have online tournaments because they have online netcode. Yes, I'm saying the games without perfect netcode need to have online tournaments. But still, these Skullgirls YouTubers, like, what are their videos about?
I mean, the same as Tekken.
But I'm saying every single fighting game out there needs more things to make videos about.
Yeah.
Like, take for example, Lil Majin's YouTube. Right now, it's either ranked matches, player matches, or tutorials, guides, whatever. Like, these players need something to draw people in. Like, why would I want to watch Lil Majin just play random people on ranked? Like, if I've seen him a little bit, like, there's nothing particular that makes me draw to that exact video. Sometimes he plays top players, and that could attract me because he might be playing the top player I want to see the matchup. But like, if let's say for example a good YouTuber needs to release one video each day, like, is there enough diversified content that they can create interesting videos 7 days a week and keep people engaged and keep people coming back? I feel
I
like
mean, are we having online
FGC
tournaments every
needs
day?
more things. No, but even if we were just having online tournaments once a week, that's one type of video that they could add to their repertoire. Online tournament videos. Add that to your ranked matches. Add that to your guides. Add that to your Q&As, interviews, vlogs, whatever. But
The one thing I'll say is that
basically what I'm trying to get the root at here is I think online tournaments are a seed that could birth a big tree of content and stuff and help out the scene. I think all the net positives outweigh the net negatives.
but you're
And the scene loves to complain anyway, so you might as well just give them more shit to complain about.
yeah, but you're insinuating that there isn't online tournaments. There are online tournaments for Tekken 7, just nobody wants to enter them because the netcode shit.
But
It's just
the players haven't bought in yet.
it's because of the netcode. Nobody wants to play these games online. So if you were,
They do it every day. All these streamers that stream Tekken every day, they play it on the netcode every day.
they do.
All you need is you need somebody like, okay, so say for example, the Bud Light tournaments that they did. I think they might still be doing it, I don't remember, but they did the Bud Light tournaments. They had Rip and either like Ricksta, MYK, whoever was commentating them, and like that to me, obviously the connection's not perfect, but that's to me is way more interesting because usually it would have like Speed Kicks would show up or René Black would show up if it was like a West one or whatever. Like it would have these top players show up to this tournament. There was something on the line. They had something pride on it. Like they were fighting, and then versus like what ranked matches.
I mean,
Like the thing is, a lot of these there's online tournaments, yes, and usually the ones that have pop bonuses have people show up.
Do we know if what they're doing for the Tekken 7 exhibitions for Evo? If they're doing them at all? No?
Oh wait, yeah, we
No
do.
news on
We
that?
don't know.
Do we?
They did release
No, we don't.
that.
If you're talking about those 3 exhibitions on the stream, the Tekken stream,
Oh, that's what it was. An Evo, yeah. There are
Yeah,
some
that's
Tekken
unrelated.
exhibitions though.
Hmm.
That's not Evo though. They have like a fucking Bronson versus some random. They have like 3 matches. I can't remember what it's for, but yeah, I guess I concede that people need more content. But I mean that doesn't. I don't know. Personally, I've seen all of the games with bad netcode try this. They try to get their viewers invested in online tournaments. They try to get the players invested in online tournaments. You have fucking everybody in the Northeast having their pop bonuses from Matcherino. It's very difficult to get the FGC invested in bad netcode. I've just noticed it's really, really difficult. Even from a viewer perspective. And you look at Smash players who have been dealing with this and they've been trying to make content out of it. And it's just been World War III. Their whole fucking scene is devolving into chaos because of one character. So, I don't know. There's no easy solution.
I mean the Sonic thing. That's just it's probably just vocal minority.
It's a pretty vocal majority. They're on Suicide
I'm
Watch.
telling you, if there was some serious, like not even that serious, but if there was an organizational backing behind online tournaments, I think you would start seeing be a lot more successful. Right now, nobody's giving it. Everybody's acting like it's already a dead idea, and yet the counterparts in the Smash scene are doing pretty well doing that shit, keeping the scene busy doing something, and it gives something to watch.
Right now, I think there's just too big of a stigma towards delay-based netcode,
Yeah.
especially with Sajam waving the rollback flag and whatnot. So I think once the rollback is implemented, I know they probably won't be doing it for this season. Eventually, I think the prize of rollback are starting to reach the developers finally. You see ArcSys starting to warm up to the idea under Night and Birth. The only company who we haven't had a word from yet is Bamco. So
Yes.
I think once that stigma is out the door, I think people will be more open to that idea. But there is a reason why people aren't joining these tournaments.
Yeah.
It was hard for people to even come out to offline locals when offline was a thing. But I digress. FGC is hard to get into.
Yes. Yes. So, I think we've stated every point we could possibly state, George. Yeah, essentially, the online is a stigma, like Dame said, and it's very hard to get anyone invested. If we did get them invested, let's get them invested right and willing and able with them fighting herds this Evo.
Let me just make one more point.
All right, sure.
The FGC. This is a new, younger generation of players coming in. Look at our Zoomers in our scene. Bishop, Eric, Nif. All those guys are online warriors. These guys grew up playing online. Like,
We converted Bishop.
Hey,
He
hey,
hates
this is my
online now.
point. I'm still on my point. I'm still talking.
Hey.
Okay, so these are all online warriors. Yes, they started to come out to locals, but where did they start? Online. I think you'll find the same thing with the Smash community. A lot of these younger Smashers started online. Then when they weren't scared anymore, they went offline. It transferred to offline. There's a lot of people who are too scared, not necessarily scared, but don't have the confidence to leave their house, don't think they're good enough, but they still play online. They still play on ranked. You get those guys in online tournaments. So it's like a fake online tournament. They can kind of still get the feeling, the vibe. They can understand some of the pressures, and then they might be more likely to go to offline. Like a lot of these newer players are coming from online. It doesn't matter to them about the netcode. They're coming from online. Like that's just really how it is. That's my last point. We can stop talking about this.
I'll concede that, but I mean, yeah, I don't know how that means in the grand scheme. We'll see how Corona develops, because eventually I think we will start seeing more online tournaments. But our bitching and complaining has spurred on the next game, Guilty Gear Strive, to get rollback netcode, but they've delayed the game due to coronavirus, and it's looking like mid-2021 now. Conveniently, they've released a kind of a response to players' concerns with the game. Dame, did you read any of these?
I didn't read it, but I got the gist of it
Yeah.
just by people talking about it. So, I would rather them delay the game than to have delay-based netcode, and I'll fight anybody on that. So, right now, as it stands, Guilty Gear as a game, there's a bunch of issues. I bet they got a lot of feedback from that beta test they had. A lot of things went horribly wrong. That lobby system needs to go, and I bet to accommodate all of these concerns that people had, just add a few more months onto the development cycle. Just give the people a good game that they can play and be happy with.
Totally. The big thing was they said the lobby system's not going to change, essentially, which I thought was pretty suspect. The lobbies were a tragedy in the beta, so I thought that would be the first thing they changed, but no. They pretty much said we're going to keep on rocking with it. I think the other thing they highlighted in the review was they said that they hear players' concerns with the UI, but they're not really that into changing it, as far as I know.
I think their official statement was like, we've heard people's concerns and we're going to make it rock or whatever. Let me try to scroll up in the Discord. Regarding the user interface in general, we've seen many comments that the design isn't rock enough. Rest assured, we will make it rock.
See, that's such a fucking weird comment. I don't know how to take it. Like, does that mean that
they'll make it better, right? They'll make it rock. It's not rock enough right now.
Well, that's
It's
true.
not all about rock, right?
Yeah. It does look like a King of Fighters game from the late 2000s, so that's not very rock at all. I'll say that. So, I mean, I'm very happy they deleted it. I'm very happy that they're addressing the fans' concerns. What do you have? Do you think it's a positive for Strive to be delayed, George?
Here's my thought. I think it is positive, sure, but I don't think that the delay has as much to do with the player response. I think it probably more has to do with Corona response.
Absolutely.
And so I honestly don't think that. I think the game will be very much like their intended design. If you understand what I'm saying. Like, I think the lobby system will stay basically the same. The UI, I always thought the UI looked like a placeholder, so I wouldn't be surprised if it changed, but I also wouldn't be surprised if it stayed the same. I think like the Gatling and structurally, like mechanically, the way the game works, I think it will be very similar upon release.
Yeah. I agree.
I think that most of the stuff is already figured out. I think the game was pretty close to being done, and they are delaying it due to Corona. I think probably partially because of sales and partially because of manpower. to finish up the last characters or whatever it might be. But I think they are listening to the response, but I think they're gonna stay the course.
Yes, I agree. I think that the delay is more coronavirus involved. Honestly, let them do their thing, kind of. I don't want to say that. I remember everyone hated Xrd when it launched. Everyone despised that fucking game, and everyone forgets about that. But, so maybe let them try something new, launch it, and then they can fix it with Rev, you know? Who fucking cares? I don't honestly know.
I just think that they're trying, they have an idea of what they think is going to make Guilty Gear more mainstream, make it more popular, easy to pick up. Whether or not it actually succeeds, we won't be able to tell until 2 years after the release. But I think they have a plan, and I think they can stick to it for better or for worse.
Totally. I'm happy it's 2021. So, any last thoughts?
Bring on 2021. I'm done with this year. It's only halfway over.
Seriously.
I feel like one of these fighting games, I guess Street Fighter did, but I feel like one of these fighting games gotta have something now. It's like some kind of trailer to tease us or something, like something, please.
Yeah. I'm getting a little bit annoyed and stir crazy, to say the least. Oh, that's a good thing. Yeah, I didn't have it listed today, but
Hey, Wes in the chat saying, "Can you turn your mic up?" I don't know if you saw that.
I saw that. I think it's better now. I had my mic rotated the wrong way, and I just now noticed. They mentioned KOF 15, and I don't honestly know anything about that game, but didn't it have like a reveal like a month ago?
I didn't hear anything about it. I don't think it's radio silence ever since that screen we saw at EVO last year. So
that's what it was. It was just the title screen, and that was a long while ago.
And then they just ditched all plans for it and started working on KOF All Stars because they realized, hey, these suckers are just going to give us our money for pixels on a screen.
Yeah. God.
They're busy working on Sam showed the PC port.
Is that out yet?
I don't know, actually.
Epic's Game Store, baby.
Who cares about that anymore?
I want to say this from the bottom of my heart to SNK. Fuck you. Fuck you, and fuck Epic Game Store. I really wanted to play that game, so I am disappointed. I know this is on the Guilty Gear part, but let's air out our grievances just real quick. But yeah, it sounds like we're done with Strive, right? 2021?
Yeah, we're done. We're done with that.
Yeah.
Perfect. We got Tekken 7 has a listed 50th character on their website. And I just wanted a quick, who do you think it is?
From all the hints and whatnot that they gave us, I think on the Spanish version of the website, it indicates that the character is a female, interestingly enough. So who knows? Maybe Kunimitsu? I don't know if there's any female characters left that returning that anybody is excited for. I think Kunimitsu might be the most unique one. June I think they'll save June for next game. I can't see them adding her in just because she's a pretty pivotal part of the plot. She is the linking point between Jin and Kazuya. So if she were there in 8, I think that'd be kind of like how Kazumi was there for Heihachi and Kazuya for Tekken 7. So, the lore is important. Just ask Genie about it. He'll tell you all about it.
He'll tell you the lore, for sure. Yeah, so it's female, so that really cuts down on the list. It's really, strange. You could say, some dumbass like Miharu, but...
It's gonna be Angel. Another Mishima character.
It's gonna be female Fakumram.
It's gonna
have Josie in the game? I don't understand.
Who's it gonna be, George?
I just feel I don't know who it could be realistically. Kunimitsu is probably I think June's probably a Tekken 8 character.
Yeah.
Kunimitsu is probably the most high profile female character that's not in the game. Whether or not the Spanish
Snoop Dogg,
that's on the truth.
She is.
I
Kunimitsu
don't know.
would
If
be
it
the
was like
logical
even if it
one.
was a male, I think the only logical choice would be Roger Jr. But I don't think that it's a male. So
I mean,
honestly, it's
Roger
probably,
Jr.'s mother is
Yeah.
a female.
Yeah.
but we don't even know her name, Mrs. Roger, I guess.
Miss Roger. Where's Mr. Rogers?
Karen.
The only real guess I have is I feel like this 50th character, they probably don't want to spend too much development time on it, so it might just be Devil Kazumi, and it's Kazumi, and she got laser beams and Hell Sweep or something like that.
Ugh.
That would be lame if it's literally just Devil Kazumi. Fuck that.
She's already in the game. People can already hack her in and play her online if they wanted to.
You know, I think we talked about this maybe.
They give her new moves, though. They give her new moves. I don't know what, but maybe like Devil Tigers or something.
I think they like took away moves from her from her devil form to
Yeah.
her regular appearance. So I don't know.
I think we mentioned like it would be cool if the 50th character was like the main character of the new saga. Since this is the end of the Mishima saga, the 50th character is some grand reveal of the main character of the
be-
next game.
Heihachi's bastard daughter that
Yeah.
has his moveset.
Yeah, his
I'm pretty
Swedish
sure Jin
bastard
is gonna be
daughter.
the next main character. I think it's just gonna be Jin again.
Jin again.
Because that's how the story mode kind of ended. Lars and Lee was like, Jin, you have to
Jin, you're our
keep
savior.
Kazuya.
Shonen anime protagonist.
Well, whoever it is, I
gonna be
hope they're
ancient
not
Jin.
busted. I'll say that. I hope they're not Leroy or Fuckum Rom or Zafina. I hope it's just some shitty character. Some awful Lars character.
Double Kazumi.
I hope it's not that. Anything else for T7's character? That's crickets, baby. Let's go. Street Fighter V got a entirely new season announced. I think they said 5 characters, right? 5 characters?
Yeah, round 5 for a
Think
new
so,
season.
yeah.
That's a whole ass season.
3 stages?
Yeah, 3 stages.
And a balance patch.
There's already a lot of stages.
So, man, this game, for being one of the most divisive fighting games I've lived through since Third Strike, it's the zombie that keeps walking, keeps going, keeps getting support, keeps getting balance patches. The people who are handling Street Fighter V have done a great job. So hats off to them. Since they've said that this is the last season. If you
Yep.
compare this version of Street Fighter V versus the launch of Street Fighter V, it's like a completely different game. And they fixed
Yeah.
so many things. So give them the old hats off to Capcom on this
Capcom
one.
classic of releasing a bad game on launch and then slowly patching it to be good.
Seriously. Yeah, I mean, New Generation,
Yeah.
awful game. Street Fighter 4 Vanilla, awful game. Fucking Marvel vs. Capcom 3, awful game. Yeah. Any comments on the season? What are you hoping for character-wise?
I'm not sure. I think a lot of the characters that people want are like Third Strike characters who haven't made it in yet, like Dudley, Makoto, all those guys. Maybe some characters from Alpha. Oh, George is frozen.
We're good,
Okay,
we're
he's back.
Shit broke on me, but we're good now.
Yeah, just add some weirdo Third Strike characters in, and I'll be happy. Honestly.
Yes. I mean, this is the linking game to Third Strike, so logically they should put a lot of Third Strike characters in this season.
Yeah, the only one that's debuted in Third Strike that's in right now, I think, is like Ibuki. Who else? Is there
Well,
anybody else?
Ibuki was in
actually?
Second Impact. Or was she in New Generation as well? Oh, I get what you're saying. I get what
Oh,
you're
yeah,
saying.
yeah. Street Fighter 3. Alex, those two.
Yeah. So Gil, Urian, Ibuki. Who else is this fucking
Alex.
Alex.
Gilgarian, Ibuki Alex.
There's not a lot of Third Strike characters, is
Right.
what I'm saying. So
So there's gonna be, after these 5 characters added, there's gonna be 45 characters in Street Fighter 5. Holy moly.
that's too many.
We talk about Tekken 7 having bloat. I mean, Street Fighter 5 is getting up there too, but there's not a lot of. I guess there's not as much to learn in Street Fighter 5 in terms of character moveset, so you don't hear as many people complaining about that.
Yeah.
But sure, why not add some more
Isn't that
characters?
the desired? Isn't that the desired end state though? Don't we want these fighting games to have a lot of characters?
No, I don't.
Sure, it sucks. It sucks learning matchups, but don't we want these games to have a lot of characters?
I don't.
I don't understand the
As a competitor, you don't, but as a casual fan, sure, it's just more fun toys to play with, you know.
Yeah.
But
I see
even
why
as a
people want it.
competitor, a lot of the matchups are just irrelevant.
Yeah.
Mm,
I personally see why people want a lot of characters, but like even as a casual fan, I was like, who cares? Like I'm never gonna play that dude, so why is he even here?
Because I'm going to play that dude. And the dude that I'm not going to play, Dave, is going to play that dude. Eventually, we'll all just play everybody.
Yeah. I think in general though they are getting up there, but this is the final season, so 45 is not an incredibly egregious total. Tekken 7's at 50 as we are 49 we mentioned. I'm hoping for Oro. Yes, Oro would be a great one. I've been calling for Oro since the launch of the game. God. You don't want a motherfucker
Oro?
that fights with one arm behind his back and shoots
Dude.
boogers?
Pop V trigger, he unleashes his other arm.
Yes, he just
That's so
fucking...
sick.
I mean, he does that in Third Strike. That's one of his supers. His supers is he unleashes
Dude,
his other arm and power bombs you.
Whack.
Whack. Who do you?
Yeah, who do you want?
I'll tell you this right now. If they put DJ in the game, I'm a Street Fighter.
Yeah,
5 player
fucking
for
right. You could. They could
DJ.
unleash Devil DJ into the game, and you wouldn't play him.
DJ,
You wouldn't play Street
I will
Fighter.
play if DJ's in the game. If they put Sean or DJ in the game, I'll pick up Street Fighter 5.
You will
I'll
not.
pick up a copy of Street Fighter 5. I will.
I-
Okay. But they can't be bottom tier. They can't do me like they did Alex.
Just a caveat.
Well, you're asking for Sean, so I mean, what do you expect? He's gonna be low tier.
I mean, he was strong in
He's gonna
Second
be top
Impact, right?
DJ has a shot to be good. DJ has a shot to be good. Okay, fine. I'll acquiesce. I want Oro, DJ, so George is forced to play Street Fighter 5.
But add Fei Long in there. We need our Bruce Lee clone.
Fei Long wouldn't be bad. Fuck. Sodom.
Hey, wait,
Sodom.
hold on. What Street Fighter 2 characters aren't in the game?
What's that?
What Street Fighter 2 characters aren't in the game?
I think all
Like
of the
the
Yeah,
old
they-
ones are in.
warriors.
All the
They're all
OGs are
All
in,
the-
except for Fei Long and DJ.
So there you go. That's 2 of the characters right there.
Well, fine. Fei Long, DJ, Sodom, Oro, and Devil
Excellent list
Sagat.
so far. Devil Sagat. I think Makoto's gonna be one of them.
Oh yeah,
I think
Makoto.
she's
Makoto,
popular.
she's part of my 5. I don't want Sean back. I don't want another fucking Shoto.
I want the one guy, 12, I think his name is.
12?
The guy that's made out of like clay.
Well, just get Necro then. I would want
It would be
Necro.
dope. Wait, there's already a character that steals people's moves, right?
Yeah, Seth
I think there
does in
is.
this game.
Street Fighter 5.
Yeah.
Never mind then. Forget it.
Seth is very Seth is a cool design in 5, I'll just say that. Yeah, I don't people keep saying T-Hawk in the chat and I'm getting triggered. No.
I would play.
Tony Hawk?
would've
I'd play
played
Tony Hawk in Street Fighter. That'd be sick.
Tony Hawk, Tony Hawk I'm into. T-Hawk, nah, get fucked. Okay, it's only Genie. It makes
Man, nobody
sense.
believes I'm gonna play Nobody believes I'm gonna play DJ.
Hell
on
no.
here?
Nobody believes you're gonna play Street Fighter 5.
Without,
Have you stuck with the 2D game before, George? Is my question.
He played Street Fighter 5 longer than I thought he would. I'll give him that.
Oh,
To be fair, Tekken 7 wasn't out yet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
it's a waiting room game. Street Fighter 5.
But yeah, I want to reiterate, very proud of Capcom for how they handled this game. I can only hope that people will eventually come around and realize it's not a bad game. So yeah, on to Street Fighter 6, I guess. 2021, PS5.
Well, when is the did
Hopefully.
they delay the PS5? Isn't like there a conference coming up sometime?
Yeah, they delayed it
They
because
delayed,
of the
like, the
run.
announcement streams
Yes.
when they're gonna announce a bunch of games.
Yeah.
When's that coming up? I think it's like tomorrow or something, right? Or this weekend?
I
I
think
think it was
so.
supposed to be Monday.
It's the
And they moved
15th,
it- I don't
whatever
know.
that
Maybe
is.
it's supposed to be the 5th. I think it used to be the 5th, I think.
Yeah, it used to be the 5th, and it's the 15th now.
Okay.
All right, moving on to the crux of the podcast. Actually, I'm going to try to make this one a little bit short since we're already like running up on time. It's the talent versus hard work debate that has been going around Twitter for the past fucking 2 months, it feels like. I want us all to have one very around the horn take with it. Let's start off with George. You got 2 minutes, my man. State your fucking case. Timer starts.
Talent versus hard work. I mean, I think first of all that topic just kind of simplifies it a lot, and it kind of hurts the discussion. But basically, as far as it relates to fighting games, hard work I think can get you just about up there with anybody. I think there's definitely a level of like natural talent, and I think particularly with like esports, I don't know, I just feel like certain people's brains are just matched to certain games. Like Sonic Fox, I think, just has like a fighting game brain. Like his brain is just built for fighting games. I think there's just certain people whose brain just railroads, or not really railroads, but it's just like they can think about this in the optimal way and figure out how to train faster, how to be better, how to adapt faster, how to read their opponents better, just because their natural brain is kind of built for that. I think you could definitely improve a lot of that through practice and learning. But I think one thing is like a lot of people think that their hard work isn't as valuable, or they might think that somebody has talent, so if they work as hard as they do, they won't get as far. But I think one thing that a lot of people don't understand is that, and I'm guilty of it for sure, is like there's different types of hard work. Like I could play Tekken for 8 hours and somebody else could play Tekken for 8 hours, and it's not worth the same. Like it really depends on how you're playing it, how you're learning, how you're trying to practice and everything. And if you're spending your time well, it's going to be time well spent. You can't just spend your time. You can't just practice. Say you're practicing and you're just playing ranked or something. If you're playing ranked with a goal in mind or something that matchup you're trying to learn or a combo you're trying to practice, it's going to do a lot better than just, I just want to play ranked today. Hard work is a I don't want to say a talent, but hard work isn't necessarily easy to do because you got to do it well.
It's definitely a talent, in my opinion. Damn, is that it, George?
Well, I was trying to stick to my 2 minutes. That was probably only like 30 seconds or something.
You got there. You were like 151.
I got the main points. I think I got the main points I wanted to get at. I think I don't know. Every time this is brought up, I feel like everybody kind of thinks about it in like anime kind of TV terms.
Seriously.
Where there's like a genius who is just super good at everything, and then there's one guy who's super bad at everything, but he works really hard. Like if you watch Naruto, Rock Lee sucks at everything, he works really hard, but then all the people with all the fancy skills still kick his ass. And I think that's not really a very realistic way to look at it. I think if you have to compare it to anime, if you ever seen Ping Pong the animation, I think that was pretty decent. It's showing different levels of hard work and talent and how it can coexist and how it can cross and
Yeah. It's just a very
that's a little bit
nuanced-
different though because in ping pong, in like actual sports, there's like a physical barrier of your body is just better than this guy's body. Like you'll just be better because you're born better. In esports, I don't think it's that big of a difference, but
Yeah, is your mental better than the other dude? Is what it
Yeah.
comes down to.
you can
This
definitely train
whole
your mental.
argument came from some bad Smash argument saying like, "Oh, this guy's more talented than me." It's fucking bullshit.
The
But,
talent's carrying him.
This sounds like a really bad OS to me. I feel like, people consider certain guys talented. You look at like Daigo, like some of the top fighting game players in the world, but it's not like they became prodigies at games like overnight. It was a lot of hard work, a lot of countless hours. We underestimate just how long, how long they played these games. The recessive genie, man.
I just need to interject real quick. You guys said anime is a mistake. I agree. Ping Pong, the animation, is like one of the few actually good animes. ever
good.
made in the history of the
It's
world.
good.
There's
I
only,
also recommend it.
6 or 7 good animes that was ever made.
I think-
and Ping Pong is one of them.
I
Don't
think
get
you
me
just haven't
started.
watched enough, George.
No,
Go on an anime. All right, if I make an anime podcast, Uli and Jeannie are going to be on it, and we're going to talk all day about anime.
It's like from right to
Statistically, there
left.
could only be like 6 or 7 good animes. I'm sorry.
It's like
He's
I don't
watched all of them.
tolerate
You
anime,
know.
and then George tolerates 6 animes, and then Dame likes anime. It's like a perfect gradient here. But okay, time out.
It's just highly
Dame,
unlikely, Dane, that there's more than 6 good animes.
Dame has the floor for his argument. Sorry, we interjected.
You're right. Right?
What was I going to talk about? All right, I think the talent argument is kind of overstated. With enough hard work, I think you can overcome it. A lot of these dudes, you don't get to a top level without having a certain degree of both. So I think the reason why people brought up the argument was kind of dumb. So it is an interesting thought process, though, in terms of like athletes having natural like disposition to do something, like their bodies work a certain way and whatnot. But the mental aspect, I think a lot of it can be trained. Like George brought up mentally how you approach certain things. If you spend 8 hours like actually with good practice, opposed to 8 hours going on ranked and fucking around with Snake Edge, it's completely different training.
Yes.
So those are my 2 cents.
I think it's an interesting discussion because there's so much nuance to it. So, I mean, I think you could make a great argument for like actual good hard work that is bettering yourself is a talent. So, like, a lot of people don't... the problem in the fighting game community is the problem with plateauing. Many players plateau at a certain level and they don't know how to progress further. So I think there is an argument that it is a talent to be able to break through your barriers and better yourself as a player. But I think that does... I mean, you can make the same argument that is hard work, period. So I think it's all verbiage and language. So I think you need a mixture of both. Nobody has all the talent or all the hard work. You need a mixture, and the bitches brew will get there. I guarantee it.
This conversation reminds me of that Reddit post. Can I be good at fighting games if I'm stupid?
Yeah. And my answer to that is yes. I know so many top players who are dumb as a box of rocks. So I guarantee it, dude.
But I think at the end of the day, people just need to talk about these things in more concrete terms. Like when you say, like if you say this guy doesn't work as hard as me, like what exactly are you talking about? If you say this guy's more talented than me, what exactly are you talking about? Does he have better execution than you? Does he have better spacing than you? Like why is he better? Why is he more talented? How is he more talented? And
Yeah, a
then
lot
you'll
of people
find a
just
more
they
constructive
throw out excuses
angle.
without critically analyzing the what and the why. And Tokido went over it. Like, analyze your shit if you want to get better.
Exactly. You need to be able to explore your own gameplay and notice how you're losing. So the players who, I mean, I don't want to call Smash out, but a lot of times they have very unique Johns, as they call it. And I think this is stemming from those Johns. So, yeah. I think it's an interesting topic, but I think you need to be way more nuanced than everyone's being right now, because there's no... The only talent, period, in fighting games and video games in general is reaction time. So, if you really want to break it down. So, I can't wait to have a John, though. Next time I lose, I'm going to be like, this dude just has too much talent. Too much talent, man.
I got a job.
Yeah, I got a job. I can't play this game. Yeah, fuck
I can't
that.
use that OS anymore.
I don't think I have anything else. Oh, 2020 canceled. Yeah. Let's just take a moment to go over all of the fallen tournaments and pro tours. I think just about everything's been canceled at this point. Evo's canceled. It's online now. Climax is canceled. Namco's World Tours are canceled. So, keep them in your thoughts and prayers tonight.
Yeah, our podcasts were almost canceled.
Our podcast is almost canceled.
It was.
Any
That's bigger and better than ever.
any thoughts on the 2020 cancellations?
I'm surprised TWT and the Namco stuff. I'm surprised they didn't announce that earlier. I mean, I guess nobody really knew exactly what was going on, but I'm just surprised that this wasn't announced like a month or two ago. Because I felt like it was pretty obvious that. I thought it was pretty obvious like a month ago this wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, I think it was one of those things where they were just in a rock and a hard place and they wanted to wait. But yeah, shout outs to the Soul Calibur scene because they got fucked harder than Grand Blue this year probably. They finally got a pro tour. They finally got one.
It sucks for like all the players who like decided this is the year I'm gonna take it serious. Like Lil Majin quit his job so he could become a tournament player, content creator, and now he just has to become a content creator. Like it's just like it mainly just sucks, I guess.
Shit sucks.
I don't even know what else to say.
2020 sucks. Just say it loud, say it proud.
Yep.
So yeah, hats off to 2020. May you rest in peace in 5-6 months, whatever it is now. That brings us to the end of the podcast, boys. I already have your plugs underneath your name right now, so we can skip that portion. I'm a fucking professional streamer. Check that out.
Definitely
Twitter.
Go to that Twitter for sure.
Hey,
Definitely
you need to make a
it definitely exists.
Twitter with that exact
Definitely a
tag
Twitter.
now.
Let's make Georgia
Surprisingly,
fake
it doesn't
Twitter.
already exist.
Eddie Gordo, man.
It doesn't already exist. Just make a
Just make
Twitter.
a
Inflammatory.
George bot, a George AI bot that does
Yes.
that random shit every once in a while.
Deep George bot.
Deep George.
So I guess it just gets to the shout outs and bitch callings if anyone got some.
Hey, shout outs to Netflix, shout out to Adam Sandler, shout out to Kevin Garnett, and shout out to, I'm probably mispronouncing, I think it's like the Sadu brothers or some shit like that. Shout out to all them dudes, because they came out with a banger. They came out with this movie called Uncut Gems. It's on Netflix. Make sure you watch it tonight, because that movie it won't change your life, but it's pretty damn good.
I'll give you Kevin Garnett. He acts a bit better than I thought he would.
You didn't. First of all, there's no criticism about the movie. It was perfect. Like there was no problem.
You're gonna make me pop off on my bitch calling on Uncut
There
Gems.
was nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with it. Like I don't know what you could find was a problem with the movie because it was just about perfect.
Let me.
When it sucks you claws, it's the claws in your back and it just holds you there, and then it finally releases at the end and you don't know how to feel, but it kind of feels cathartic, you know.
George movie reviews, ladies and
Yes.
gentlemen.
I just changed your Twitter handle to Uncut Gems Man.
Uncut Gems, man.
Do you have a
tag?
Do you have a bitch calling, my man?
A bitch calling. You know what? I got like about 100 or maybe 200 bitches. These ants that's in my apartment right now, and I don't know why the fuck they won't leave. But they're gobbling up this. They call it taro. They're gobbling it up. Let me see. Let me get it on. Do I have it out here? Let me get it on camera.
Oh damn, we're getting footage.
Damn,
I mean, I can show you the ant footage too. But I got this little drink right here called taro. You feed this to the ants, and it's supposed to make them go bye-bye. Now I'm just waiting for the results. But they're chomping it up right now. Hopefully, in a week or however long it takes, they're gonna be gone for good. But I got a lot of them right now.
Ants suck. So I'll give you that bitch calling. Dame, what we got, boy?
Damn. Shout outs. Trying to think of something. Don't mean to toot my own horn, but shout outs to myself for cheering Philipella. I didn't think I had it in me, but I did it.
That
But
is
I will immediately cancel out that that shout out with the bitch calling to myself again, and also all three of us in the podcast for not having a podcast for several. I don't even know how long it's been, honestly. When was our last podcast?
It's gotta be a month or more.
Gotta
for
be
sure.
like a month plus, easy.
Hey, to be fair, we could have been talking about Uncut Gems last week, but you decided, nope, there was nothing to talk about.
There was nothing to talk about, George.
Uncut Gems is something.
Hey, I watched
you wanna see
Uncut
my
Gems
collection?
like 6 months ago. Where were you at then?
Here you go, Wes. Ooh.
Hey, let me see if I can pronounce that right. Is that Danganronpa?
Danganronpa.
Oh, I was close.
Some people call it Dang It Grandpa because they can't pronounce it. So you can just call it Dang It Grandpa.
Let's see. My shout out goes
The
out
anime bullshit not here, Dame.
to
So much hatred.
what's my shout out this week? It's gonna go out to myself. I mean, we're all shouting ourselves out pretty much in our shout outs, I guess. I played more Tekken than I've ever played since launch weekend in the past 2 weeks, and I feel like I've seen a lot of improvement in my play. Yeah, I feel like I've been beating asses. But yeah, good shit, Mike. My bitch calling goes out to every police officer who uses improper force in the United States. Get fucked. And I think that's it for us, boys. We're here barely ever, so try to relish it when we're actually here. And oh, damn, I forgot to give myself a shout out for this gorgeous fucking layout. That should have been it. Missed opportunity.
Ooh, yeah, it was nice. Let's just reuse this every week.
What is it?
Hey,
I to myself.
we're trying to have a
Uncut Gems on Netflix.
we're trying to have a positive stream here to end, to make ourselves feel good, George. Don't be...
There's not a lot to feel good about in the world right now.
Yeah,
so
there
we
ain't a
gotta
lot.
make
The
ourselves
jerk-off tag.
feel great.
Uncut Gems just came out with Uncut Gems.
Jerk.
Alright, fuck it, George. I'm changing my shout-out. Shout-outs to Kiki's Delivery Service. I really liked that movie.
Yeah, shout outs to my former workplace for firing me and letting me collect unemployment. Thank you.
That deserves the clap.
I don't know if they could hear me grinning through the phone when they let me go, but I was all smiles that day. Honestly.
That was all smiles, baby. Alright, boys and girls. I'm out of here. George is out of here. Dame is out of here. We'll see you all soon.
Peace.